Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Easy Law Online. This is Attorney Chato Olivas. Today, we're going to discuss the Writ of Amparo. I have entitled this video 6 points to remember about the Writ of Amparo. So let's go to point number 1. This remedy is based on the 1987 Constitution. The legal basis is the Constitution itself, and it guards against violations of the constitutional right to life, liberty, and security. Where do we find this in the 1987 Constitution? I would like to quote from the 2022 case of Tabian versus Gonzalez, GR number 247211. It says, the writ of amparo is a protective remedy aimed at providing judicial relief consisting of the appropriate remedial measures and directives that may be crafted by the court in order to address specific violations or threats of violations of the constitutional rights to life, liberty, and security. So it seeks to protect persons from two types of human rights violations. Number 1, extralegal killings, and number 2, enforced disappearances or threats thereof. This is stated in Section 1 of Administrative Matter number 07-9-12-SC, also known as the Rule on the Writ of Amparo, which was issued in 2007. Let's go to point number 2. Enforced disappearances are committed by state agents. In the 2009 case of Razon versus Tagitis, GR number 182498, the Supreme Court gave the definition of the phrase enforced disappearances. It emphasized that this is an act brought about by the agents of the state. On December 11, 2009, Republic Act number 9851 took effect, and it defines enforced or involuntary disappearances as follows. It says that this phrase means the arrest, detention, or abduction of persons by or with the authorization, support, or acquiescence of a state or a political organization, followed by a refusal to acknowledge that deprivation of freedom or to give information on the fate or whereabouts of those persons with the intention of removing from the protection of the law for a prolonged period of time. Let's go to point number 3. Extralegal killings are killings committed without due process of law, without legal safeguards of judicial proceedings. This was so stated in the 2015 case of Mison versus Gallegos, GR number 210759. It says that extralegal killings are killings committed without due process of law, meaning without legal safeguards or judicial proceedings. Point number 4. Only certain persons can file a petition for a writ of amparo in a given order. According to Section 2 of the Rule on Writ of Amparo, the following persons may file the petition according to the given order. Number 1, the aggrieved party. Number 2, any member of the immediate family, namely the spouse, children, and parents of the aggrieved party. Number 3, in default of these persons, any ascendant, descendant, or collateral relative of the aggrieved party within the 4th civil degree of consanguinity or affinity. And number 4, any concerned citizen, organization, association, or institution if there is no known member of the immediate family or relative of the aggrieved party. Let's go to point number 5. The court may issue protection orders such as, number 1, temporary protection order for the safety of the petitioner. Number 2, inspection order, inspection of designated land or property. Number 3, production order for documents or other tangible things. And number 4, witness protection order. And finally, point number 6, in amparo proceedings, the court will determine who among the respondents are responsible and accountable for the extralegal killings and or enforced disappearances. In the case of Razon versus Tagitis, which I mentioned earlier, the Supreme Court defined the concepts of responsibility and accountability as follows. Responsibility refers to the extent the actors have been established by substantial evidence to have participated in whatever way, by action or omission, in an enforced disappearance. As a measure of the remedies, the court shall craft the directive to file the appropriate criminal and civil cases against the responsible parties in the proper courts. As for accountability, this refers to the measure of remedies that should be addressed to those who exhibited involvement in the enforced disappearance without bringing them to the level of complicity, without bringing the level of their complicity to the level of responsibility that was defined above, or who are imputed with knowledge relating to the enforced disappearance and who carry the burden of disclosure, or those who carry but have failed to discharge the burden of extraordinary diligence in the investigation of the enforced disappearance. That sums up our 6 key points about the Writ of Amparo. I will keep on uploading more videos more often this time. Meanwhile, I'd like to end this by sharing my favorite Bible verse from Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with God. This is Attorney Chato Olivas of Easy Law Online, making the law easier to understand. I will see you next time.